Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Angler's reputation and Nat Pagle's friendship. The Anglers are a faction of fishermen that you'll find at the Angler's Wharf in the Carcerang Wilds in Pandaria. Nat Pagle is the quartermaster, which has a lot of great rewards after you have reached Exalted, and one of them is the Azure Water Strider. It's a really cool looking mount, and there's only two mounts that really look like this: the Crimson Water Strider, which comes from your garrison after being best friends with Nat Pagle, and Exalted with the Anglers, the Azure Water Strider. So every day you'll be able to do 3 daily quests at the Angler's Wharf in the Carcerang Wilds, and all of these quests are related to fishing. So although only a handful actually require you to fish, each time you complete a daily quest of the Anglers, your fishing skill is increased by 1. In addition to fishing in Pandaria, you have a very small chance to obtain some items that enable you to increase your friendship with Nat Pagle, and each of these items starts a daily quest, meaning that you can only turn a specific item once a day, and upon completion of the quest you'll receive friendship with Nat and reputation with the Anglers. And these items are basically rare fishes that are found throughout Pandaria in each of these zones, and each day there's actually a specific part of Pandaria where there's a bunch of pools. Your higher chances are through these fishing pools. I have obtained them through open water, but I found it to be easier to find them in the fishing pools a lot faster, and I'll be showing you that later on in this video. Now, the tough part about this reputation is that you only get 3 daily quests for this faction, but once you reach to Revered, you'll be able to purchase the Grand Commendation of the Anglers, which gives you 100% increase of reputation, and so your journey from Revered to Exalted should be a lot faster. So let's talk about the rewards when it comes to this faction, and there are some really awesome rewards to help you with your fishing, some really great toys that I recommend you picking up as soon as you are able to. The first item we're looking at is the Pandarian fishing pole, which requires honor reputation. It's a fishing pole that costs 25 gold and increases your fishing skill by 10. Next up we have the Dragon Fishing Pole, which requires Revered Reputation. It's a fishing pole that costs 500 gold and increases your fishing skill by 30. The Sharpened Tuskar Spear, which requires Revered Reputation, can be planted in the ground to improve the fishing skill of everyone within 15 yards by 15 for 2 minutes, and it costs 1,500 gold. The Angler's Fishing Raft, which is by far my favorite, which requires Revered Reputation, enables you to travel on water and is convenient replacement for water walking or elixir of water walking. So it's basically a toy that you can use constantly, and you'll just have a raft on the water and you don't have to worry about like falling into the water, and you can fish on open water, which is pretty cool. Then we have Nat's Fishing Journal, which requires Revered Reputation. It costs 1,000 gold and can be sent to an alt, and this alt can then use the item to increase its fishing skill by 50. And next up, these items are coming from Nat Pagle's friendship. So Nat's hat is one of the 2 rewards for reaching best friend with Nat Pagle. Equipping this hat, which costs 250 gold, will increase your fishing skill by 5, and using it will increase your fishing skill by 150 for 10 minutes. Next up is Nat's Fishing Chair. It's the other reward for reaching best friend with Nat Pagle, and it will be sent to you by mail. After reaching Exalted Reputation, you can buy the Angler's Tabard, which costs 10 gold. The pet that you can buy from these guys is the Tiny Goldfish, which costs 250 gold, and you can purchase this after reaching Honored Reputation. And you can resell the Tiny Goldfish on the auction house for some good amount of gold. I would say 7 to 10,000 gold depending on your server. And finally, after reaching Exalted Reputation, you can buy the Reins of the Azure Water Strider, which costs 5,000 gold. And you can also buy the Angler's Water Strider, which is a mount equipment that allows you to walk on water with any of your mounts. As far as the achievements goes for these guys, you have the Anglers for reaching Exalted Reputation with the Anglers, locking down the docks for completing the 17 possible daily quests at the Angler's Wharf, including Nat Pagle's turn-in daily quests, and finally learning from the best for reaching best friend with Nat Pagle. As far as the daily quests go, every day you'll be given 3 daily quests at the Angler's Wharf in the Carcerang Wilds. The quests are randomly chosen from 14 possible quests given by 7 NPCs. Some of these daily quests do pose some problems, but the rest are very simple, and reading the quest instructions should be more than enough. Like jumping the shark, you'll have to jump on a shark and try to take him down. Your item level or your gear will not matter, so you just have to ride on a shark and try to kill it, and making sure that you don't fall off. That was one quest that I was having a little bit of difficulty with because I just wasn't understanding why I had to ride it, and I could just kill it, one-shot it, but you have to go through the whole entire process to finish that quest. Some of the quests will require you to fish for some rare fishes like eels and things like that, and that might take you a little bit of time. I know that one took me 15-20 minutes just to complete, so I was just sitting there fishing and I wasn't getting an eel, so I had to like move to different parts of the area which is requesting you to fish up, and eventually I got the eels, but I'm not sure if it helps with fishing in fishing pools. Some days were good, some days were not, so it's just random luck, I guess, when it comes to fishing up those different rare fishes. And hopefully while you're fishing there, you can pick up one of those rarer fishes that opens up the daily quest for Nat Pagle. Now, one recommendation I have when it comes to fishing and doing those fishing quests with the anglers on the daily quests is to only use your time fishing in the fishing pools, because you do have a small chance at getting the sea turtle, and it's one of the rare amounts in the game that you can only obtain in the fishing pools of Azeroth. So I'd recommend to always stick your fishing into fishing pools, and you might just get lucky in getting the sea turtle. Also, I recommend you getting the ancient Pandarian fishing charm, which is dropped by a rare that's located in Valley of the Four Winds. And this is basically a toy that grants you a chance to find additional fish from the pools in Pandaria for 1 hour, and it just requires a fishing skill of 1. It drops from the ghostly Pandaren fisherman rare that's located in the Valley of Four Winds. One of my biggest recommendations is to fish up the weather-beaten journal. This is an item that's going to teach you how to track fishes on your minimap, just like this. And you can fish these up through the floating wreckages throughout Azeroth, which is located in like Easter Plaguelands, Swamp of Sorrows, Tanaris, Blasted Lands, Thousand Needles, and also in another area out in Outlands, which is very familiar, which is Zanger Marsh. You'll find a lot of those pools here, and they look something like this. And when you hover over them, it should say floating wreckage. Now, the shipwreck debris here, I don't believe that these drop. I've never seen the weather-beaten journal drop from those crates, but you can certainly try, and it's very close here to the Angler's Wharf. It's just right behind this mountain, and it's part of a daily quest, so these pools will constantly be here for that quest. The weather-beaten journal can drop from your fishing supplies in your daily quest located in your garrison, and I just got this on my first try, which is pretty cool. And the weather-beaten journal just basically lets you find fishing pools all around Azeroth. So let's learn this. And there we go, and you'll receive achievement with this book. Fish don't leave footprints. Learn the ability to find fish. Once you learn from the book, you will be able to spot fishing pools just as if you would spot like mining or herbalism. You'll see the little fish icon on your mini map. And also, if you right click, you now have the new option to find fish, and all you have to do is check mark that, and you'll be able to start finding your fishing pools wherever you are in Azeroth. Alright, so when it comes to finding all of those fishing pools in one area, this is going to be one of your best ways to get that daily rare fish to drop for Nat Pagle if you're unlucky with the other fishing pools. You want to talk to Ben of the Booming Voice. He's located in the Valley of Four Winds next to Half Hill. And you just want to speak to him, and he says, want to get in on a little secret. It's about where to fish today. And you say, sure, I'd love to hear a secret. And he says, the anglers over at Srila village are reporting an unusually high number of reef octopi at their village. I'd wager that it's spawning season, but who knows. As far as the locations go, just Google it to see where it's located. And this one is in the Jade Forest, and Srila village is just right here. So we're gonna fly over there and see what's going on. Alright, so we're arriving to Srila village, and you can see all of the different fishing pools here. And my mini-map looks insane right now. Look at all the swarms. So I'll jump on my raft here. And this is what's handy about this toy, is that once you unlock it, go around the open waters and start fishing. And make sure to have the ancient Pandarian fishing charm enabled. So there is my first drop. This is the Mimic Octopus I just dropped. This is the first one I got. So this is one of those rarer fishes that you can turn into Nat Pagle, earn your friendship with him, and get the reputation gains for the anglers. So you can do this on a daily basis. And I just fished for what, 3-4 minutes, and I already got my rare fish for the day. Now these fishing pools, you want to make sure to talk to that NPC every single day because it does change on a daily basis. There's a rotation throughout the different zones of Pandaria, and he'll give you direction as far as like where to go for these massive fishing pools, which makes it so much easier to fish up these rare fishes for your daily quests. And if you want to make some extra gold too, or try to get a chance at the sea turtle, you can definitely do that. Now one of the bugs I do have with the fishing raft is that I fall into the water sometimes, but all you have to do is just jump and the raft will appear again as long as you have the buff. One of the add-ons I recommend having is called Better Fishing, and it allows you to fish a lot more efficiently. And for my bindings on this, all I have to do is just hit my right click twice and I cast it, and it's not even on my bar as far as fishing goes. And once the bobber goes, I hit it twice, right click twice, and I can pull in my fish. And I can literally just sit here and do that all day long. And you can also silent out all the different sounds when you cast your fish, so you can just hear your bobber go off. And it has like these little icons on it. I haven't dived too much into this add-on as much as I'd like to, but just the fact that I can just cast and catch my fish just by pressing my right click on my mouse twice, it's pretty efficient. I don't even have to do anything too drastic. So you just install it and yeah, you'll be good to go. So that's basically it for this faction. You just have to do your 3 dailies. And what really helps with this reputation grind for me was doing it during the WoW's 20th anniversary. I was able to get this done within a matter of weeks, especially with the Dark Moon Fair up and the Pilgrim's Bounty. That really helped me out a lot because it is a bit of a grind if you don't have any buffs up. And if you're just doing these 3 dailies without any buffs, it does take a little bit of time. But once you get revered and you get that commendation, you purchase that, it will give you 100% gain. Getting to Exalted shouldn't be a problem. It should take you, I would say, well, with my buffs it took me less than 5 days to get to Exalted. So it was pretty nice to have that. So make sure that if you do end up doing this grind, if you can find some buff to help you, 10% here, 20% there, something to help you with this grind, I'd recommend to wait and do it then. But yeah, for my final thoughts, this was a very interesting faction, and for me to make this kind of video is kind of strange and weird in my opinion, but I'm very passionate when it comes to content creation. Such a random guide on this channel when it's not really current content, but I really do enjoy doing this type of grind, the old world grinds. And the Azure Water Strider was my motivation because that's my favorite, one of my favorite mounts in the game, and I absolutely love it. Reminds me of something of like Bug's Life or something like that, or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I don't know, it's a really cool looking mount, and I'm looking forward to getting the Crimson Water Strider, which I'll have a guide for later on when I get to it or when I can complete it. And I remember before they introduced mount equipments, this was the only way to walk on water was with this mount, and it made it a lot easier to travel. I find fishing relaxing in WoW, and to have a chance at getting the sea turtle, that's pretty fun. I remember doing this the first time. In less than 50 casts, I got my sea turtle, and that was pretty fun to get that mount along with the Azure Water Strider. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. I would really appreciate that, and give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, please comment down below and I'll try to get to you as fast as I can. Have a good day, guys. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.